Welcome, everyone, or all four of you. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, hold on. Oh, shoot. I don't want to say assassination on Instagram. The Trump attack exposed fully CGI question mark. Welcome, everyone. Shout out to Lord Black, Desiree, and Rules and Tools, guys. What's going on? Everyone comment where you're tuning in from. Cheers with some spring water action. Shout out to Tim. No, Desiree, fill me in right now. I'm just shouting out the live on Instagram right now. Hold on a sec. But I do know did you guys see the whole Ford and new plan with, whatchamacallit, facial recognition to be able to drive, AI surveillance, digital ID action? It's freaking crazy, man. Welcome, everyone. So if you didn't see what happened, dude, this was one of the fastest instances of a false flag kind of psyop being fully exposed, or at least there's like a billion things that we have extreme questions about. Whereas usually something happens, let's say something similar, and then it's like weeks later that things start coming out. This one was like, I was hearing about how it was staged and psyoped before I even really heard what happened. So this is freaking wild. Here's the thing though. Do you guys remember what happened to Alex J? His last name rhymes with Schmones. Well, he discussed something about something and he got in big trouble. And also the platforms don't like when you say things like that didn't happen. Think of the Charlie Kirk thing. We can talk about that. But anyway, so for that reason, we are live on Rumble right now, which is free to download, free to watch, and actually free speech. I know that 14JH, I know, dude. Shout out to freaking 14JH who knows that the first one was totally fake too, dude. I know, it's crazy. Roman, don't worry, Sheila. I'm not saying that it wasn't, I'm not saying it was fully staged, but like, did you see the CGI video posted by Fox News? Listen, Sheila, it's good to be skeptical. It's good to believe things, but it's also good to just take everything with a grain of salt. And there's maybe other information that you do want to. Let me just block her. She obviously wants to drink fluoride. Okay, guys, listen, we're live on Rumble right now. It's at the link in my bio. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio. Come on over now. If you make an account on Rumble, you'll be able to comment, and that way you can join the conversation. Frankie, I want to answer your question, dude. I want to answer all of your questions. However, this is not the place to do so due to obvious censorship. So we're live on Rumble. Alternatively, you can go and comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts, and you'll get the link sent directly to your DMs. But don't comment the word Rumble on the live. That does nothing. But if you comment on a post, boom, bang, bing, you will get the link to your DMs. And again, Rumble, it's an alternative to YouTube and is fully free speech. They don't censor anything, which is crazy because there's documentaries on Rumble that you cannot get on YouTube that are totally banned on YouTube. Well, Brugerie Poppy, I mean, she's going off. She was commenting another paragraph before I even finished answering her first thing. Yes, it is very interesting how many strange oddities happen around this. I don't even want to use these keywords. You got to be careful which words you use for this event. I said the Trump attack rather than the Trump nation attempt. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is just the hoops you got to jump through on here sometimes. So come on over to Rumble, guys. Free to download, free to watch, and free speech. And I hope to see you there. This is shocking breaking news, man. How do you get the documentaries once on Rumble? Well, you would just search them in. Like, I mean, the documentary, like Root Cause. And actually, that one is on YouTube. What was the one that... There's like some video or documentaries about the weather modification and the spraying in our atmosphere and everything, or atmosphere flat, I should say, that were banned on YouTube, and then you can get on Rumble. And I'll tell you more on Rumble, okay? I'll see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. Link in my bio. Man, I don't know how, like... I don't know how Sheila said, oh, bullshit, it wasn't staged. Well, Sheila, like, so this is what I saw, which made me question what the Sam Dam's going on. Or last night actually, it was before I went to bed. I'm looking on Twitter, and boom, bang, bang, there was this shooting, right? And the first video I saw was the woman being interviewed and it being aired on TV saying, and I'm going to wait for a few more people to get on here actually before I get into it, because there's like 4 different things that I'm like automatically already know. Basically, anything that is mainstreamly covered and produced and distributed. Did we all forget about Operation Mockingbird? We will know our disinformation campaign is complete when everything the American public believes is false. And I could say we could put the word America and replace that with the word like world population, because the whole mainstream news, you think the mainstream news in freaking Europe is telling you the truth? You think the mainstream news in China is telling you the truth? You think they told the Chinese people about what they did to the Uyghurs after they put them in smart cities and gave them cell phones and gave them digital IDs after they rounded them up off the land there? I mean, it's freaking shocking, man. Welcome everyone who's new here, by the way. Shout out to Bashir and shout out to people from Sweden. Shine Your Light is all the way in Sweden. That's freaking awesome. Shout out to Shane. Yeah, exactly. It is Isaiah. Someone may think what you're saying is like black and white, like it's too black and white thinking. Like there's infighting, there's good, there's bad, the politics, there's a battle pulling. And I've heard that before, dude, but I've seen too much of it only going one way to believe that it is a back and forth thing. I think it's going one way. It's fully controlled. So this is what I saw. Shout out to Sunny. Sunny, I got Chad mode in the mail, actually. You'll be seeing me. Oh, she's talking to Shane Fan, not Shane me. So the first video I saw was that the woman said, there's going to be shots fired tonight. Like Fox News or CNBC or something is interviewing someone, and she goes, yeah, there's going to be shots fired tonight. And then, like, strangely, the interviewer gave, I don't know how this guy normally laughs, but it did appear to be a very awkward laugh when she said that. And then the next thing I saw was Trump and Melania get shown a piece of paper, and then they both act like horrified. And then the shooter comes in and everyone gets ushered out. And then this is the weirdest part. A guy on YouTube was reviewing the clip of the guy running through, the shooter running through, Cole Allen, running through this lobby and holding a sign. And if you watch the video, I posted this video, and let me see where I was the 3rd video ago, or the 4th or 5th video ago that I posted on Facebook, on Instagram. The sign, as he's holding it, literally disappears into his neck as he's running. And it reminded me of the chair that disappeared through the table from the Charlie Kirk shooting. We saw one angle captured a camera. It was a pandemonium. Everyone's running around. And then a chair glitched through a table. So I already saw that with the Charlie Kirk thing. When I see another camera glitch, my understanding is this, by the way. It's not, they did not make a mistake. They did not make a mistake accidentally including an obvious image or frame that shows this sign the guy's holding disappear into his neck or his mouth or his head or whatever. They have to leave breadcrumbs. They don't pull off any false flags, any psyops. They don't pull them off perfectly. They intentionally do not do a perfect job because they basically have to tell you, like, look how freaking obvious this was. Are you nuts? That's their religion. We talk about it. It's called informed consent or karmic retribution or something. Anyway, so then the perhaps craziest part is that Cole Allen in 2017 was on national TV showing off a new product or patent that he made, which was a emergency brake for a wheelchair. And to be honest, it literally just looked like a bunch of 1-inch PVC pipe. Like, it was not an incredible piece of technology. But regardless, the commenter that I saw was like, dude, how many times is the shooter like already known to the media or the public eye or something? Like, they're not usually this rare, never seen before person. So that was his theory. There's no one keeping tabs on that, but it is very strange that the alleged shooter was already on television and all that. Now, just so you know, this is the going theory. when a million right-wing Instagram or Twitter pages came out within about 12 hours or 4 hours of the shooting, everyone was saying, this is why we need a ballroom. This is why we need the ballroom. And they literally like parroted each other. And these are in the Twitter account and Wokeness and Libs of TikTok, their Twitter account. And all these big right-wing pages saying the exact same thing. Right-wing pages who have been accused of being bought and sold and controlled by the hidden hand that's manipulating everything, which I do believe. I'm not saying all the ones I just mentioned I believe are controlled, but I do know that some of the biggest, I mean, dude, if the right wing, the left wing, it's the same bird, then the biggest, most famous, I mean, I thought Charlie Kirk was part of the same freaking wing. I didn't think he was organic. The guy never talked about the real things that are, I mean, some of them, you could, this is what it's supposed to be, is truth mixed with lies, right? So anyway, when I saw that, many people are wondering if the angle was to gain support and sympathy for Trump getting this secret underground ballroom now and getting support from everyone, which a million people supported the shit out of Trump on his first assassination attempt, which a lot of us, I don't know if we think was fully legit. His ear blew off, but then it came back. There's not even a scar. Like, I don't know. All I'm saying is this. This is what I believe. And another guy I follow said the same thing. And a lot of people are coming to this conclusion. This is all. They give you drama. They give you stuff to talk about. They give you shit to blow your mind. Like, it's just conspiracies. While that happens, Ford announces they're going to facial recognition anyone who wants a new Ford vehicle in 2027, and every car is going to need it by law. A facial scan that's going to AI your face and scan your iris and monitor you while you're driving, and they can turn your car off. And it's coming into like legislation. So while this dog and pony show is happening, the latest drama, holy shit, the shooting, what's going on, and everyone is getting to the bottom of it, something big is still coming. That's absolutely right, Ryan. And I can't help but think that this is a massive distraction, which is why I've only made a couple posts about it, but I don't feel that drawn to being like, here's another angle of the, what do you guys think of this? Like, I feel like what we should be discussing right now is the fact that energy, oil refineries around the world are being blown up at an unprecedented rate. They're still adding fluoride to the water, which is a covert chemical assault on humanity. They are still spraying heavy metals, nanobots, and all kinds of crazy shit in the sky and talking about 6G, cranking up 6G now. It's a huge freaking plan, man. And we're only seeing the side of it of, that this is what the whole distraction thing is all about. So it's freaking shocking. I will say this. I think it's more important than ever before in human history to be of sound mind and sound body. With all the deception that's coming around the corner and all the psyops, like we just witnessed, another psyop. Meanwhile, stuff in the Middle East is kicking off as well. So it's a big plan, man. But we got to be of sound mind and sound body. We got to be detoxing. And especially when you find out what those heavy metals do to your DNA and to your vibrational frequency, you're going to want to be detoxing, put it that way. So before we get into the other stuff on the docket, which there's a ton of stuff to talk about, I wanted to mention we are giving away freebies on this live to help people detox. And this deal Chalk hasn't done in I don't know how long. It's actually been, I think, at least a year. So they're giving away free products to help people detox. This is the 7 Wonders, the adaptogenic mushroom blend. We can't even talk about this one on Instagram, by the way. And like 3 different mushrooms in here, which are all natural. There's no, they're not, it's not magic mushrooms. It's chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, cordyceps, oyster, reishi, and maitake mushrooms. 3 of those mushrooms, they're trying to ban in the European Union, and Australia is talking about banning them as well. And keep in mind, these are like natural mushrooms. They don't get you high. They don't do anything. They don't do anything to you in a psychoactive way, but they do happen to stimulate nerve growth factor and are believed to decalcify the pineal gland, and many other things. You can imagine why they'd want to ban them. So the way the deal works to get the free 7 Wonders, this is first come, first serve, though, I should mention. So just a brief, like this is going to go in like 2 seconds. We'll be done this deal. The website is chalk.com. So I just put it in the link, or in the chat rather. Click the link chalk.com to get bumped first in line, because we're only doing this for, I think, 3 or 4 people. So the 7 Wonders has chaga in here, which is literally the top rated antioxidant content superfood in the natural world. If you type in the benefits of chaga you may completely blow your mind why you've never heard of it before, or if you have, why you haven't taken it yet. Like, it is literally considered the king of adaptogenic mushrooms. And also, it's one of the top 3 superfoods believed to decalcify your pineal gland. So this is either organic or wild. Each of the different mushrooms in here are either organic or wild crafted. And shout out to Shane Fanique, dude. What's going on, man? So the 7 Wonders, we have 3 bottles to give away. The way the deal works is this. So the number 1 superfood at chalk.com for men and women is the hot water purified shilajit. The shilajit is a herbo-mineral compound from the Himalayan mountains. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, which gives you way sharper memory, concentration, and focus. When guys take it, it boosts testosterone. And when women take it, it calibrates your endocrine system. Plus, for guys, it boosts sperm count and sperm motility. But because it's an adaptogen, it adapts to the individual's needs and requirements. It's also believed, shilajit is believed to decalcify your pineal gland. Now, keep in mind, not all shilajit. If you're buying the tar resin shilajit, then unfortunately you're getting 20 to 30% water, and usually it's full of heavy metals, whereas chalk went with the hot water purified shilajit, which is then heavy metal tested, so you're actually getting a clean dose. And keep in mind, shilajit is considered Bruce Lee, Genghis Khan, Vladimir Putin, and Arnold Schwarzenegger all have sworn or swear by the benefits of shilajit. It is one of the most powerful adaptogens in world history, and like bar none, dude. It's been traded on the Silk Road for thousands of years. It's freaking incredible. So the way the deal works, the first person to go to chalk.com and put the male or female vitality stack in their cart, which are the top 2 combinations of superfoods for men and women, chalk.com. If you put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 44LIFE, that's 44LIFE, you get a lifetime 44% off discount on your subscription, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And then automatically, if you're the first person to order, you get to choose between a free $60 bottle of the Chalk 7 Wonders with all those adaptogenic mushrooms in there, super good for memory and cognition and detox and focus and nerve function, or a free $100 bag. And I say, you may be thinking, well, who would go with the $60 7 Wonders when they could get a $100 bag of lit? Well, it depends on one's preferences. If you haven't had chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, cordyceps, oyster, reishi, maitake mushroom before, you may want that. If you have not had the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia that's genetically tested, it's the original cacao. Super good for stem cell production. It boosts your gut microbiome. If you haven't had this, you may prefer that. But the first person to order, put the male or female Vitality Stack subscription in your cart and apply the discount code 44LIFE, that's 44LIFE, you get a lifetime 44% off discount. You can cancel or modify at any time, and automatically you get to choose between the 2 freebies. And in fact, actually, oh, wow. Okay, sorry. The first person to get a male or female stack, I read the deal wrong, get both the lit powder and the 7 Wonders. So that's $160 worth of freebies and 44% off for life. Okay, so keep in mind though, because someone asked this before, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, but keep in mind the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So it is good to get it for, it's great if you just took Shilajit and the ashwagandha and the Irish moss, which is the female vitality stack. If you just took that for 1 month, that's good. You will be benefited. But a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on 90 days. We call it the 90-day chalk challenge. And it's super, super freaking good for you any amount of time. But again, the 90 days is kind of is a important metric. You know, this is something you want to incorporate into your lifestyle rather than get just for a month. But we have a ton of people, obviously, who get it and take it for a month and feel miraculous benefits and then either pause their subscription or get it to renew at a different time. But anyways, literally first person to get a male or female stack with the discount code 44LIFE, you get $160 worth of freebies. The 7 Wonders Adaptogenic Mushroom Blend and the $100 bag of chocolate powder. Now, the other crazy thing that is in the male and female stack, which is one of the other most potent superfoods on the website, is the organic ashwagandha. So that's in both the male and female vitality stack. This one massively increases melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It's also a hormone optimizer. It increases sperm count and sperm motility for men. For women, it calibrates your endocrine system. It also supports healthy mood and focus. It's considered the king of herbs in India. Shine your light. Yes, we ship worldwide. We do ship all over the place. And also, by the way, guys, the something that's interesting in both the male and female vitality stack is the hot water purified shilajit, because shilajit is a potentiator. So it increases the potential of any other herb or superfood taken with it. Look what Chris said. He said, interesting connection. Australia was Big Pharma's testing ground for the COVID jab. Their government is completely owned by Big Pharma. It's no coincidence they're trying to ban those mushrooms. I'm sure it's not a coincidence, dude. Um, Also, Chris, you know what's interesting about Australians? My brothers lived in British Columbia, and it's a known like phenomenon that Aussies, if they're party animals anyway, they're into like X, MDMA. What's X even? What is it? I don't even know what X is if I'm thinking of a drug, but like oxys rather. Oxys, you can tell I don't do drugs. Oxys, MDMA, like they were super pharma freaking drugs. And I wonder if is that for some reason, Australians, I think if they did a study or whatever, like they do tend to. And I had a dear friend of mine, Australian, and she was, I guess this was like 10 years ago now, and I guess she was in college the same time I would have been in college if I went. But anyways, she said, yeah, everyone here does pills, like even the preps like are doing pills and coke and everything. So is Australia owned by Big Pharma, and that's why somehow they've been able to mind control the population, do a bunch of drugs? I don't know. And obviously we have a ton of ecstasy. That's right. Oh yeah, there we go, Chris. Thanks, man. Chris, how do you know that? But anyways, I wonder if that is a thing. That's a connection I thought of. But yeah, Australia is trying to ban these superfoods. The European Union has already classified chaga and lion's mane, I think, or was it just lion's mane, as a novel food. So like pretty soon it's going to be illegal to sell or buy, but it won't. I don't think it's like contraband. Like Tongkat Ali, for example, which is in the male vitality stack, which by the way is wild crafted Tongkat Ali from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforests. It boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, plus sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. The Tongkat is freaking amazing. But Tongkat is classified as a novel food. They want to ban it in the European Union as well. And this all has to do with something called Codex Alimentarius, which is Latin for food control, and it's part of Agenda 21. So they do want to be able to control the entire food supply, not just make lab-grown meat and all this other bullshit, but also control what herbs and superfoods you're allowed or able to take, which is freaking shocking, man. So hold on a second. There's a bunch of people on the site right now. Remember, the first person to get a male or female stack, which you will not regret. I didn't even tell you. Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. But the first person to put a male or female stack in their cart and apply the discount code 44LIFE, that's 44LIFE, you get a 44% off lifetime discount, and you get the $60 bottle of the Seven Wonders and the $100 bag of the lit powder. First come, first freaking serve, dude. First person is getting almost $200 worth of freebies. One sec. There's a ton of people on the site right now, by the way. So literally quickly get your orders placed. Shout out to Lou, who is the first day, no chemtrails today. Shout out to Lou. It's sunny here too. But they did chemtrail yesterday, and I saw a few today, but it's still mostly blue. But I haven't seen a pure blue, not a single wisp of nothing in the sky this year yet. Actually, no, that's not true. In February, we had some pretty nice sunny days out on the lake and not a cloud in the sky. But it's been few and far between, man. I can only imagine if you're in like California or something, which I don't know. I'm not saying they spray California more, but I do see a lot of chemtrail videos out of California, but there's just more people to take pictures of them maybe. Like they might spray the shit out of Iowa too. I'm sure they do because that's where they grow so much corn. But my point is that to expect a sunny day and have gray days one after the other, especially if any of you lived in California when they had the fires, I think it was the Palisades one, where all that toxic smoke got like held down by heavy cloud cover, and people were saying it's chem clouds, and they're trying to make like a total chemical shitstorm. Lou, don't even tell me how freaking spooky it is when you see chemtrails at night. I know when you see chemtrails at night, it is shocking. Um, well, exactly. Crystal said, "This is so crazy how they try to dumb us down and restrict us from enhancing our conscience." Well, of course, it's Satan at the end of the day, Crystal. Like we could say it's this corporation or that corporation or Bill Gates, but at the end of the day, it is a satanic influence. 100%. It is a satanic influence, and this is why we need to get right with God, and also don't even get us started, Ryan. And also detox and decalcify our pineal glands and get the stuff out of us that they've worked so hard to get in us, and for the purpose of if we are made in the image of God, how godly is it to drink fluoride and eat GMOs and not detox it out of you? I mean, this is some of the things I wonder, man. It's freaking wild. Will said they focus on the rivers, multiple operations going on at the same time. That's right, Will. I mean, and sometimes they may spray 100 miles away from you. You don't even see the trails, but that night is when they blow into town and settle to the ground and settle through the air, you know? So it is absolutely shocking. Shout out to Chris, who reminds me of Dialed for his quick interjections that are always on point, dude. Shout out to Chris, man. By the way, I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram in like 2 minutes here. And so when I do, make sure that, well, there's going to be like another bunch of people on here. So that first come, first serve, there's a ton of people on the site right now. If you're on the site, quickly get your order placed with the discount code 44life, 44% off lifetime discount on the male or female stack, and get $160 worth of freebies, guys. The 7 Wonders Adaptogenic Mushroom Blend, which we cannot talk about on Instagram, by the way, for the reason that for some reason, someone, I don't know if it's someone reporting it or what, and it has been like 2 years, but I stopped posting about the 7 Wonders on Instagram when we got several like removals because they thought that or they knew, but they're just fucking with me, that these mushrooms were like magic mushrooms. They said that it was drugs. I'm like, bro, it's made in a GMP certified facility. It's a legit business. Like, what are you talking about? We're not selling freaking, magic mushrooms. Anyways, okay, hold on a second. Congratulations to Lynn, who is the first person on the live to get a stack, but there's still like 10 other people on the site. We don't want to leave them hanging. So Lynn just got the free lit and the $60 bottle of the 7 Wonders in her order. Congratulations to Lynn. I'm super stoked for you. Now, to number 2, because other people are checking out right now. The next person to get a stack, Chalk has told me this is a tiered deal. The next person to get a stack gets the $100 bag of lit and a $60 bottle of the Chalk minerals, which I don't, I guess, have one in front of me right now. But picture this ashwagandha says Chalk minerals instead. The Chalk minerals we have are hot water extracted or just, I think just water extracted, cold water, hot water. It doesn't matter with minerals because minerals did come from volcanic activity. So at one point they were very hot. But so heat doesn't denature minerals unless it's like thousands of degrees. But anyways, so next person to get a stack with the discount code 44life. And by the way, Lynn, I'm going to hype you up on what you just got in your female stack, by the way. So give me 2 seconds. But the next person to order, you get a $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder, which boosts stem cell production and boosts your gut microbiome and is super delicious and increases bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. You're going to freaking love it. And you will also receive the $60 bottle of the Chalk minerals, which are cold water or hot water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. Okay, Utah, United States. There's a humic shale deposit that's said to be the biggest in the world, which has humic acid in it. Humic acid is a bioactive compound that triggers genetic freaking boosting, man. Like there's a million benefits. It's got the full matrix of minerals, and those minerals replace heavy metals. They're believed to decalcify the pineal gland, and they massively increase or rejuvenate and restore your genetic blueprint, which, just so you know, that may sound like a bunch of like verbal, like what the hell are you talking about? So listen, and remember, use the code 44life. Do not pay full price. That's how you get the discount. It's on a subscription, not on a one-time order. So make sure you're placing your order on a subscription, not a one-time order, and make sure you're using the code 44life. So frequencies from Wi-Fi, glyphosate, atrazine. If you picture when you get cut, right? Like let's say you get cut on your arm, your DNA, your genetic blueprint knows to seal up that wound, heal up that wound, repair the skin, right? But what happens when parts of your biological processes, your organs, your blood gets damaged by frequencies and Wi-Fi and cell towers and GMOs and chemicals? Well, it wants to restore to the genetic blueprint it's supposed to be. And what restores your DNA, what restores your genetic blueprint is your genetics, your DNA. And what builds your DNA are minerals. However, even if you were eating 100% organically today, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So the chalk minerals and the 7 wonders you get for free if you're the next person to get a male or female vitality stack with the discount code 44life, $160 worth of freebies. First come, first serve. Next person to get a stack gets that. But so Lynn got the female vitality stack, and that has the hot water purified shilajit in it, which I want her to be stoked about because the shilajit is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It increases the production of new brain cells. It's called neurogenesis. And it also massively increases your DNA function and detoxes you and decalcifies your pineal gland. It's freaking amazing. The second one in the female stack, which is also in the male vitality stack, is the organic ashwagandha, which most ashwagandha is farmed in China and is full of who knows what. It's the Shanghai surprise. Whereas the chalk ashwagandha is certified organic. It massively boosts melatonin production. It has 14 times as many bioactive compounds as conventional ashwagandha, which we have a write-up on. That melatonin production, by the way, works in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. So it's not like you take ashwagandha and you get tired. It's that you take ashwagandha and then at night, when the sun goes down and your circadian rhythm is kicking in, it knows now's the time we're going to sleep soon. Let's start increasing melatonin so we get a deeply rejuvenative and restorative sleep. And by the way, a rabbit hole you may not have heard about is the Wi-Fi disrupting sleep rabbit hole. And I don't mean you scrolling on your phone disrupting sleep. We know that. It's the actual frequency of Wi-Fi, which tricks your pineal gland into thinking it's still daytime, making it produce less melatonin. And it's like, it's a frequency thing, man. It's at the same wavelength as sunlight or something. It tricks your brain and it's a shocking situation. So basically, like a frog in boiling water, most people don't even recognize or realize that they're getting a much less rejuvenative or restorative sleep if they're sleeping with their Wi-Fi on, or if you're in a city with a million cell towers. Like, so it's all about combating this stuff, man. It's all about boosting your system from the everything in the kitchen sink that they're throwing at us right now. So remember to, so then that's the first two in the female stack. And then the third one in the female stack is the wild crafted Irish moss from Nova Scotia. And you may be thinking, okay, moss? Yes, except most moss is farmed in the Caribbean and is full of microplastics. The chalk Irish moss is wild crafted from Nova Scotia. It's got the full matrix of minerals. Look at that beautiful, like, is that purple? It's a beautiful color, man. And it looks like the cosmos. And so the minerals in the Irish moss, they increase nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery. They also, again, because it has so many minerals, it rebuilds your DNA. It boosts immune function if your immune system is a thing. There's theories about it, eh? I'm going to take a triple dose of Irish moss right now. There's a bunch of people on the site. The next person to get a male or female vitality stack with the discount code 44life unlocks a 44% off lifetime discount on the subscription. And automatically you get the $160 worth of freebies, the 7 wonders, and the chalk lit powder. Super detoxing, super delicious. You'll freaking love it. And yeah, there is a bunch of people on the site right now. So this is first come, first serve. Next person gets that only. So I'm going to take a triple dose of the moss here. Shout out to Ryan. He said there could be a limited supply of fluoride coming from the Middle East now with the petroleum products being shut down. Ryan, I thought though that hydrofluorosilicic acid, which is the fluoride that they don't tell us is it's hydrofluorosilicic acid. I thought that came from the pesticide industry. I almost bet you that the fluoride supply will not be affected by the global supply chain disruption. I almost bet that because why would they want to stop fluoridating us? Unless you're the guy who secretly worked, or well, he worked in, I think it was Vermont, at a water depot and secretly didn't add fluoride for like 30 years. And I don't know how the hell he did it. If he just kept taking home the fluoride and like storing it on his land or something, which I would not recommend. If that spilled, it would poison the crap out of the place. But anyways, he secretly didn't add fluoride, which is so awesome, man. It's like a hero sometimes doesn't wear a cape, you know. Um, but I actually didn't drink fluoride. I got fluoride tablets because I grew up on a actually an old dairy farm. There was no town water, so we were on a well. And that dear doctor told my dear mom that I should be on fluoride tablets because I wasn't getting the fluoride. Like, come on, man. I mean, to give respect where it's due, like I did get real food. I never got fruit roll-ups and gummy ranchers or whatever all the candy shits that kids get taken to school with these days. Dunkaroos, fruit gushers is what I meant to say, and all that. I never got any of that. So I did get real food. I also got cloth diapers. I also was delivered vaginally. You may be thinking, wait a minute. It's just that's a pro. Like there's something to do with C-sections these days. We got to be talking about. There's an angle to it, 100%. But so I have many things to be grateful for. But just one of the things they got her on was telling her that I should be taking fluoride tablets. So I got my fluoride, my pineal gland calcified real quick when I was little, but it's decalcified now because I'm taking Shilajit, because I'm taking the Irish moss, and because I'm taking the freaking chocolate powder, man. So there's a couple people checking out right now. I'm not trying to like FOMO, but I mean, literally the next person is getting $160 worth of freebies. So quickly get your freaking order placed, man. Ryan said the depopulation agenda is to decrease the amount of people capable of surviving the solar event. I don't know about any solar event, dude. Like, what's the solar event? Sell me on that one because I don't think the sun's going to do anything, but let me know. And their sterilization agenda is to guarantee we aren't able to repopulate after it happens. Well, you know what's funny? Certain large sections of the population are taking themselves out of the gene pool by not reproducing, which could actually be a good thing because right now the only people I know who are having children, and many of them are homeschool homesteaders and who are fully aware. So that may be the tide is swinging. Think of the Amish. You know, the Amish are the only ones who've had a steadily growing population in the entire Western world in the last 40 years. It's only the Amish because they still value the whole commandment of be fruitful and multiply. I wonder, man. You know what though, Ryan? Ryan said he raised a good question. Why do you think they're building their deep underground bunkers and seed vaults, dude? I'm not gonna be of the opinion that it's gonna go full Mad Max and it's gonna be an apocalypse on the surface and they're gonna live underground. I don't buy that story. I don't think 90 some odd percent of the population is gonna be wiped out. I don't think they're gonna be able to pull all that off. I honestly think the deep underground bases and all that shit that they do is for like making us all think that something huge is going to make them survive and us all die, and it's like a fear-mongering thing. Think how many movies are about it too. I mean, but yeah, I mean, he said plenty of civilizations before us have gone through it. You are right, Ryan. I know if you were in what's it called, not Machu Picchu, but the Mount Vesuvius, the one that got buried everyone in ashes, that morning you would have woke up and thought everything's good, and then all of a sudden boom. So yeah, it's happened. I mean, I know. Or if you were like a German in the 1940s, you'd think, this is going swimmingly, and then all of a sudden the whole country was bombed to smithereens. Or if you were Japanese, it would feel normal until all of a sudden it wouldn't. So that is true. I have thought about that before. Like, what makes us so special, thinking that we won't all get wiped out? But I do think it's different this time. But maybe that's just my bias of being alive and also wanting that to happen. But like wanting us to prevail, But I also believe we will. It's like there's nothing they can do to stop it. In fact, Ryan, what about this, dude? Let me know, Ryan. Let me know your thoughts. In the 1990s, and by the way, there's a couple male vitality stacks and female vitality stacks that are checking out right now. Make sure you apply the discount code 44LIFE, 44LIFE, to unlock the 44% off lifetime discount. Do not be paying full price when they're running that deal. And when you place your order, let me know, or sorry, you don't have to let me know anything. The next person to order the male or female stack gets the $100 bag of the lit powder and the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. $160 worth of freebies to the next person who gets a male or female stack. But Ryan, so in the 1990s, Project Looking Glass showed the so-called elites that God already won. They saw the future was about a shift in consciousness they couldn't stop. No matter what they tried, wars, pandemics, distractions, every simulation pointed to the same outcome: a mass awakening, a return to truth, a trinitarian reality where love reigns and the control systems dissolve. They panicked, they ramped up fear and chaos, but it only accelerated the shift, as Looking Glass predicted it would. Because this wasn't about predicting the future, it was about realizing the truth of the past they tried to erase from our memories. Interesting, eh? Um, so I do wonder. Um, Boom bang bing. Yeah, that's right. Will said the deep underground bunkers are to protect them from us. That also, Ryan, they could be building those bunkers because when we all wake up, they're going to be headed for the friggin' hills, man. Isaiah said solar event would have to be from the Lord. Bill Gates and co. are, what did he say here? Are pretty much trying to block the sun's rays. That's right. I think it's because the sun is conscious and emitting biophotons of light that activate different DNA segments and wake us up. I think that the sun is, well, that doesn't really fit into actually my. I don't think the sun is an inanimate object. I don't think it's this ball of gas and fire. I think it's pure light. It's like a portal or something. It makes no sense, at least on the heliocentric model, that or the globe model rather, that the sun is so far away, and if it's 93 million miles away, how could a 4,000 foot difference from the bottom of a mountain to the top result in a staggering amount of a temperature fluctuation when the sun is 93 million miles away? That would be like a micron of distance. Anyway, the whole globe thing, it's fully fake. So I do wonder what the how people are still buying that story, to be honest. Did you see China also had a moon launch, a lunar landed rather, and it was like a space ball, and it had a little light bulb on it. I did a video on it. That's right, Isaiah. I think it's a luminary, 100%. Frank said, what about the Trump thing? Why would it have been staged? So, Frank, the going theory is that because a lot of people rejected the idea that Trump should build this multi-billion-dollar ballroom and stuff, that now every major right-wing Twitter account is saying, or said at the same time, basically, that this is why we need the ballroom. Now, the weird thing about the ballroom is that Trump has hired, and again, this is a bit of bread and circuses, but it is true. Trump has hired a firm or some company called Shalom something, Shalom Co. or something like that, to make this ballroom, who previously work on rebuilding, restoring, and building synagogues and temples. So someone basically, there's a going theory that it's like they're building this temple to do some type of ritual or something, and this shooting, if it had any effect like the last shooting, which many people wonder about the legitimacy of, could garner a ton of support for this ballroom thing, especially if people blindly support it because of the situation that happened. Now, the question, though, is I like the question of why would it have been staged? But before we get to why, let's look at, like we already did at the beginning of this live, why people are thinking it was staged with the CGI stuff, the uncanny coincidence of the woman saying shots are going to be fired tonight, and all that weird stuff, So let's dial down that we know something's a bit strange about it. And then we come to, the angle of why, you know what I mean? Ryan, I guess it's okay, but Ryan does think we're on a spinning ball. That's okay, dude. I was there. Dude, I was a ball earther up until a couple years ago, bro. And I appreciate that, Ryan. I just wonder why you think it's a ball when the only pictures of it being a ball are from NASA, who notoriously is known for, things other than truthfulness. And also, imagine thinking, this is kind of like if you're vegan. if you're vegan, you think all of human civilization got it wrong and you got it right now. And you're holier than thou because you don't eat animals and, blah, blah, blah. Well, all the ancient civilizations knew it to be a dome. There's a dome and there's a terra firma and yada, yada, yada. And same, of course, I know, Ryan, you're not a fan of the book of Genesis, but it also says that in there. And the Quran also says it's flat too, by the way. But anyways, my point is to think it's a ball is kind of roasting all of our ancestors, the ancient Nordics, the ancient Celts, the ancient Aztecs, the ancient Chinese, who all believed and described it to be an immovable, flat plane, obviously with some depth up and down to it. There's deep parts and tall parts of it, but under a dome. So to think they're all wrong is interesting, So yes, exactly. Ryan, you must be, I think you're the only guy who got a P900 or P1000 or whatever and found curvature, because everything else that I've seen is the opposite, man. And hey, Ryan, remember that laser the Navy has that can shoot down a missile 100 miles away from 10 feet above the ocean surface? That's impossible on a globe. So, but I remember you said, well, why, as if the Navy wouldn't lie. But that's like saying, like, the Navy would lie to what? Make people think it's a globe, or make what other countries think they have better technology than they do? But we know you could take a high-powered laser and point it even a few miles away, and there should be curvature in between it. There isn't. So it's just shocking, man. It is absolutely wild. Okay, hold on a second. I'm about to shut up the live on Instagram right now. Listen. So I'm going to shut up the live on Instagram. Tell everyone that we're live on Rumble. When I do that, there's going to be like 50 or maybe even 100 more people on the live on Rumble. And we will end up giving away the $60 minerals and the $100 bag of lit powder to the next person that gets a male or female stack. So if you're on the website right now and you looked at the benefits of the male and female vitality stack, the male or female stack, and you're looking at the clinical studies on the shilajit, the ashwagandha, the tongkat, or the shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the Irish moss, those are the male and female stacks. Quickly get your order placed with that discount code 44life, because it's only the next person who gets the $160 worth of freebies. Okay, so if you're on the fence, quickly get your order placed. I'm shouting out the live on Instagram now. No Face Man says, what are your thoughts on the nanotechnology in the jab? Well, dude, it's freaking shocking, man. I'm pretty sure that it's not just in the jab, though. I think we're also being sprayed with it. And I think that anyone, even if they didn't get the jab, should be hyper focused on detoxing heavy metals and boosting their DNA and detoxing all the chemicals and contaminants we're exposed to, and rejuvenating and restoring their vessel. I think that is more. In fact, if there's any silver lining to the massive, jab campaign and a million people getting jabbed, the only silver lining I could see is a massive awareness campaign that has spread of people realizing we got to detox. It may have taken them the jab to realize that, and millions of deaths around the world to realize that. Sometimes that, I guess, happens, So that's why we're talking about the hot water purified shilajit, which is clinically studied. It detoxes heavy metals. It's a hormone optimizer. For guys, it boosts testosterone and sperm count and sperm motility. For women, it calibrates your endocrine system. It also is believed to decalcify the pineal gland, and that shilajit is in both the male and female vitality stack at chalk.com. Ours is hot water purified and clinically studied, whereas most shilajit is the tar resin, which is full of 20 to 30% water, usually full of heavy metals, and it's much, much, much less potent. So that's why we went with the purified shilajit. But no face, man, what we're doing is the next single person to go to chalk.com and put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack in their cart and apply the discount code 44life, that unlocks a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically, the next person to order gets a $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chalk lit powder, which boosts stem cell production. It's super detoxing. It's delicious. It boosts your gut microbiome. It induces bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. So you're going to love the lit for that. And the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. So the next person to get a male or female stack gets $160 worth of freaking freebies in their order, which is shocking. So I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram right now. Again, next person only, first come, first serve. Get that order placed and make sure you're putting that discount code on the subscription, not the one-time order. Okay, so hold on. Let me try to spell assassination without actually spelling it. Like I'll do a capital or a lowercase L instead of a assassination. Okay, hold on. Exactly, Crystal. Yes, they do indeed. Let me do a $sign assass in a shin. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, damn, I just erased that. Hold on. In a shin. Yeah, exactly, Bashir. I mean, I know, man. Tell me about it. Lou, by the way, I had a friend. I had a friend who had a pilot friend, and they have to sign NDAs. Anyway, he was saying they were at 36,000 feet, and there was planes above them at least 40,000 feet spraying that were not on the radar. So some strange stuff is definitely going on up there. I can tell you that. I can tell you that 100%. A lot of strangeness is going on up there. Welcome, everyone. So I don't know if you guys saw the... All I'm going to say is this. Very, very strange. April May. See, April May's paying attention, and look at her profile picture. She's not joking around. She clearly is aware something strange is happening. So if you guys didn't see, there's about 50 different things that happen that are extremely strange to do with the latest thing that happened at Trump's, was at the White House. Like, this has happened so fast. This is the type of thing, though, I've never seen this happen so fast where it's been exposed and like the truth prevailed within like 24 hours. You know what I'm talking about? Like, usually there's some event like 9/11, for example. It wasn't until years and years later that it all started coming out like, wait a minute, what about this? What about that? Whereas this thing happened, and I was seeing videos exposing it for being a psyop before I even saw the video of it organically happening, which it wasn't organic. But I can tell you this, something very strange is going on, and it's such that I'm very concerned with the amount of censorship that's going around about this subject. So specifically for that reason, and if you know what happened to Alex Schmones, I'm streaming right now, not on Instagram, but on Rumble, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. Yes, the alien disclosure is coming too, but it's going to be fake. It's demonic. It's a satanic plan. It's about ushering in the New World Order. We got to talk about that, though. But so we're live streaming right now on Rumble, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio. That's where we're continuing this conversation. I won't have to use keywords. We can speak freely. If you make an account over there, you can join the conversation and comment, but you don't need an account. You don't need the app. You can watch the Rumble live stream from your browser. You don't even need the app. But if you get the app and you get an account, then you can join the conversation. It is awesome. So there's a ton of them. There's literally, what do we got? Almost 100 people on Rumble right now who are fully aware of what's going on. And it is a pretty cool vibe over there. I'll tell you that. So it's the link in my bio. You'll see the Rumble link. Click that. Rumble is an alternative to YouTube. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. Okay. So I hope to see you guys there. Who owns Rumble? Let's just say this, dude. I kind of expect that. Oh, there we go. I kind of expect that. Oh, damn. My phone's been doing that where it says no SIM and then it sims me on again. Watch this. Hold on. No, Crystal, there's nowhere we can flee. Sorry, guys. See, they're already trying to gimp the live. Come to Rumble now if you want to hear the rest of this, all right? Much love, everyone. Yes, exactly. Captain Walt, shout out to Captain Walt. Guys, Captain Walt, by the way, Captain Walt. Captain Walt, welcome, man. I sometimes get you mixed up with Mega Tim. But Captain Walt is fully aware of the true shape of this realm. He's also a former commercial airline pilot and former tank commander in Desert Storm, guys. So shout out to Captain Walt, who's not some willy-nilly guy. He knows what's going on, man. Professionals, you know. But we'll talk about the shape of the Earth in another one, or maybe this one in a little bit. I just got to cover this Trump stuff first. So the first shooting, what really happened? His ear got blown off, but his ear stayed on. What happened with his ear? Everyone's wondering that. Then we find out, let's add a few of these up. The Trump initial shooting. Then the Charlie Kirk shooting. What is it? Almost a year later, 9 months later, and they say, actually, the bullet didn't match the gun. So it wasn't even Tyler Robinson. They come out and they say that. They demolished where Charlie Kirk was shot before the investigation was complete. On an official video released of the situation right after it happened, a chair fully glitched through a table. You guys saw that video? A guy was filming on his iPhone, they say anyway, and you see a chair literally sink through and bounce around awkwardly underneath the table, almost like it was a video game or something. Then we have this most recent shooting where the shooter is running around some lobby holding a sign. And as he was running by, the sign disappeared into his head. You only have a few frames, but he's running, he's holding a sign. And then as he passes this doorway, and it's in full view of the camera, it's not like he went behind something and threw the sign or whatever. It like absorbed into his face. It was a CGI AI glitch. Also, we have the woman who said shots are going to look at Walt said, he said, bro, signs always disappear into the head. We also have the girl who says that shots will be fired tonight. Ha ha ha. Shocking. And then someone on Fox News was getting to something, and then she was cut off halfway through her sentence, talking about how she was about to say something about it being staged, or it's up to us to interpret, but she got cut off mid-sentence when she started to say, yeah, someone told me that tonight there was going to be a bing, and then they pulled her, and then they said, oh, looks like we got disconnected. So there's a lot of things people are wondering about. And did this latest Trump shooting increase people's support for the ballroom? This is the going theory. Right after the shooting, every major right-wing account on Twitter all said, it's time to get the ballroom going. This is why Trump needs the ballroom. They're trying to kill him, blah, 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 blah. We know that after the first shooting, people had like an immense amount of support for Trump, thinking like, wow, he did it. He dodged a bullet. They're trying to take him down because they hate him so much. So we got to love him so much. That I think they thought that they would get that same reaction from this one. But clearly, seemingly not, because these videos are going viral all over the place of people questioning how this thing officially kicked off, or what the official story is anyway. But the idea is, or some going theory is that this thing was meant to gain public support, just like what did 9/11 do? Gain public support for a war in Iraq. This shooting could have been intended to gain public support for building the ballroom, the BAAL room. Yeah, exactly. Well, Ryan, it fully did. I mean, I saw the video with my own eyes, dude. It was like enhancedly slowed down frame by frame. The angles don't make sense. The chair glitched through a table. Everyone saw that video. So that's the going theory. It was if it was a psyop, it would be to gain support for the ballroom. Which, I mean, I'm thinking though, they could freaking do the ballroom anyway. How are people going to stop it? But maybe they just wanted to make sure that they really had enough people support for it. Informed consent, right? They got to hide the hand. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. They tell you what they're doing, and by you not rejecting it, you're consenting to it. But I see this. This is what I think. I think that everything to do with Trump, if someone is literally in love with Trump and thinks he's the best guy ever, I think that they are being misled. And I think if they hate Trump, they are also fully being misled. Because I think if you're focusing on Trump, you're so narrowly, your head is so close to a tree, you don't see the whole forest. If you take a step back, every country in the world today is making more digital ID, more facial recognition, more AI, more Wi-Fi, more cell towers, more smart meters, more talks about digital ID and facial recognition cameras all over the place. We have Mexico now starting to grow GMOs. We have the US microchipping cows. We have France using thermal cameras to track down unvaxxed cows that are hiding in farmers' fields and to go show up with the police and vaccinate them. Ryan said, being political distorts your perspective by default by believing in the system to begin with. Perhaps. Because here's the thing, though. How is it if we know we saw the pyramid of control, people, the earth, and all living things, and then it's governments, militaries, etc. Then it's corporations. Then at the pyramid, higher up on the pyramid, is the central banks. Then there's the central bank of central banks, which is the International Monetary Fund and the IBS, or what is it called? Not the IBS. Whatever the one is in Basel, Switzerland, which is the Bank of Central Banks. And then above that is the secret societies, which all worship Satan. So this is why I have a hard time being pro or anti a political, person, because I don't think they're fully pulling the strings. I don't think they actually have much control at all. And I know that's like an uncomfortable thought. It's like, what do you mean? Like, if you loved freaking Joe Biden, like, let's pretend you're like a lefty liberal, you loved Joe Biden. Well, that example doesn't really work, actually. But my point is this. I don't know how much strings they can even pull when the central banks are the ones that Rockefeller said, if you control the banks, you control the population. If you control the monetary supply, I care not who runs the country. I don't care who the president is if I control the central banks. If I control issuing a nation's currency, I don't care who runs the country because we actually run it. That's the whole thing with Jekyll Island and creating the Federal Reserve. I think that politics today, man, is as bread and circusy as actually sports is. And I know, man. Yeah, that's right, Ryan. Good call, man. So here's my thing. Two wings to the same bird. It's the same thing that's happened in Canada. It's happened in the States. You vote Republican because the Democrats fucked it up. Then the Republicans fuck it up. Then you vote Democrat. Then they F it up. Then you vote Republican. It's two wings of the same bird. When my parents were growing up, everyone voted liberal because the conservatives were messing everything up. Now, my parents couldn't even fathom the Liberal Party because of what they're doing to Canada, and they want to go back and vote conservative. But the conservative is basically as liberal as the liberals were like 10 years ago. Like, it's a whole shitstorm. So this is what it is, the illusion of choice. Look what just happened in Hungary with their new politician who's owned by like BlackRock or whatever, but so is the former. Anyway, it's shocking, man. This stuff is a massive deception, and I think that it's all about controlling your perception and keeping us in a lowered state so that we are more easily able to be controlled. Someone answer connects. Someone, I know some of you guys know 9/11 inside out, but connects. And shout out to Can't Lie to Me. Shout out to Can't Lie to Me and all the new people who are watching right now. This is the spot. I would never say any of that on Instagram, to be honest. Like a micro percentage of that I would actually say on Instagram because you got to be careful. I've gotten strikes on Instagram before for talking about fluoride. I've gotten strikes on Instagram for talking about atrazine, which reverses the gender of frogs, which 90% of people in North America right now, at least Canada and the United States, literally have atrazine in their bloodstream right now, which reverses the gender of frogs. And you know what else doesn't have a gender? Robots don't have a gender. Is the gender bending agenda about getting us comfortable with, I mean, there's something to be said about the robotic AI agenda, put it that way. But my thing is this, they want us weak, they want us altered, they want our pineal glands calcified. We have to do the opposite of what they want. detox, rejuvenate, restore, and decalcify our pineal glands 100%. So before we get into what Ford just announced, which is freaking shocking, and they even filed patents on it, it is absolutely wild. I don't know how this is going to go. I wanted to mention we are giving away $160 worth of freebies on this live from Chalk, which is the superfood adaptogenic compound company that I've been partnered with since 2019. They're giving away $100 bags of Chalk lit powder and $60 bottles of the Chalk minerals. So the lit, and I'm going to answer Queen Lisa in a second, the lit powder, certified organic, certified heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which massively boosts stem cell production. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It boosts your gut microbiome. It's extremely good for you, and it's detoxing. And then the Chalk minerals come from Utah. There's a humic shale deposit in Utah that has the full matrix of minerals, which rebuilds your DNA. It's super detoxifying. You get more nutrients from the foods you're eating now if you're getting all the minerals, because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So you do need to get minerals if you want to get max nutrients from your food and max DNA benefits. So Chalk's giving away its first come, first serve, $160 worth of freebies. The way the deal works, and this literally is for the first one person. We're not doing, it's not 5, it's 1. Go to chalk.com. So Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. That is chalk.com, who, by the way, Chalk is fully aware of what is going on today with the strange agendas, with the contaminants, the chemicals, the alterations, the GMOs, the fluoride, all of it. So this is the way the deal works to get $160 worth of freebies. The number one superfood at chalk.com for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit. So the Shilajit is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It's a herbal mineral compound from the mountains of the Himalayas. It boosts new brain cell production. It's called neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus while you're taking it. It's pro-fertile. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland, and it has C60 or carbon 60 in it, which has anti-aging effects. I'm actually going to take a dose of the Shilajit right now. So make sure you click chalk.com to get bumped first in line. I'll tell you how the deal works in 1 second. After this gulp. That's right, Ryan, about 9/11. So here's the way the deal works. Shilajit is the most potent superfood. Bruce Lee, Genghis Khan, Vladimir Putin, and Arnold Schwarzenegger have all taken or take Shilajit. I'm sure Putin takes Shilajit because the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. The second most potent superfood for men and women is the organic ashwagandha. So the ashwagandha is in both the male and female vitality stack at chalk.com. It's certified organic, whereas most ashwagandha is farmed in China. It massively boosts melatonin production. It's a hormone optimizer. It's pro-fertile. And it also supports healthy mood and focus. It's considered the king of herbs in India, which is pretty freaking, I mean, they've been talking about it for thousands of years. And we have the clinical studies nowadays to back up the actual immense benefits of it. So to get the $160 worth of freebies at chalk.com, the lit powder and the Chalk minerals, go to chalk.com, put the male or female vitality stack subscription in your cart, apply the discount code 44life, which gives you a 44% off lifetime discount on the subscription to the male or female stack. Once you apply that discount, if you place your order and you're the first person to, which by the way, there's a ton of people on the site right now, place your order, the first person gets $160 worth of freebies included in their order automatically. You're not going to see it on the order form on the site, but it's going to be physically placed into your package when they pack it up and ship it to your door in like 2 to 5 business days. And again, it ships out of Georgia and has an all-American customer service team. So you're not talking to a robot or someone in Malaysia or, you know, somewhere very far away. It's all based in the United States. All the superfoods and products are manufactured in the United States. They're put into their non-GMO veggie capsules in the United States. The cacao, so this comes in from Bolivia, heavy metal tested, genetically tested to be the original cacao. These are like the ancient original cacao trees that Montezuma was freaking drinking from. This stuff boosts bliss chemical production, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. And that makes you feel very good. It's also believed to be one of the highest antioxidant content superfoods in the natural world. And so because Shilajit is a potentiator, which increases the potential of any other herb or superfood that's taken with it. When you take the male or female vitality stack, you're increasing the potential of all the other herbs and superfoods that you take with it because you're taking Shilajit with it. It's freaking amazing, and that's why it's in both the male and female vitality stack. Now, the third one in the male stack is the Tomcat 100 or LJ 100, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, plus sperm count and sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. That is in the male vitality stack. We know that guys on average today have a 50% reduction in testosterone over the last 50 years. If you're not taking action to boost and preserve and increase your testosterone levels today, then, I mean, it's interesting because it's not a mystery why you feel low energy, low motivation, tired, crummy sleeps, not much drive, not much motivation. It's a lack of testosterone, man. And that's part of the chemical assault on humanity, 100%. So when you're taking Tomcat Ali, you are actually fighting the Illuminati because they want you to be weak and low testosterone, and you're not because you're taking Tomcat, which, again, wild-crafted Tomcat Ali from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforests, whereas most Tomcat is farmed in the Caribbean. Farmed in China. The Irish moss, which is the third superfood in the female stack, is wild-crafted from Nova Scotia, whereas most Irish moss is farmed in the Caribbean. And they farm it in the bays of the Caribbean islands, none of which treat their gray water. So you're getting a bajillion microplastics in there. It's much less potent and a lot of contaminants. So that's why Chalk went with the Nova Scotian Irish moss, because it's got the full matrix of minerals, because it's in pristine cold waters, and it's just way better, man. And that one is in the female stack. So the female stack is the Shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the Irish moss, and the male stack is the Shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the Tomcat Ali. So next person to get a male or female stack gets $160 worth of freebies. Make sure you apply the discount code 44life to get the 44% off lifetime discount. And again, first come, first serve, you get $160 worth of freebies. And I can't even believe they're freaking doing that deal, man. Shout out to Far North Fan and all the newcomers and regulars on the live. It is a crazy world, man. I didn't expect there to be such a pop-off on Monday, or from over the weekend, rather, with that situation. But I think it's just psyop after psyop at this point. And I think that if millions of people had their pineal glands decalcified, that there's no possible way that people would be, I mean, it's coming out, though. That's what I'm saying. When people are posting videos of the CGI glitch of the shooter running and the freaking sign falling through his head, like, what do you call that, man? It is very, very strange. 100% very, very strange. And we can only theorize out what the angles are, but I will say this. Fear not, because in the end, we win 100%. So do not fear. Though I do think things are going to get a little bit weirder before they fully get better. Put it that way. I mean, that's kind of how this seems to be it's going to play out, is that they're not done. We're not done waking up, and they're not done trying to push this stuff on us. So we got to keep our head on a swivel for that. Exactly, Desiree. You know, too, the other thing that shocked me when I first found this out is that, and I saved the video again today, so I'm actually going to post this. There was a guy, where did I save it? Oh, yes, on Twitter. So here it is. Did someone, okay, so this guy says, he's telling you he knows what's going to happen next. Trust me, you need to know what's in there. I don't care. Hold on. He basically says, do you know how much metal you have in your body? It will affect you when this thing happens. It has to do with frequency. He takes a pause. He says, okay, so that I stay safe, and so that I stay safe, and so that I can come back, I want to tell you something. Something is going to happen. You have to get rid of these metals in your body. You have to do it fast and quick. He mentions doing anything green, like green juices and stuff, chlorophyll. Yeah, that's in the Blue Spirulina in the Chad mode. You can type in best foods for detox. You're going to see anything with a ton of bioavailable minerals binds to heavy metals and excretes them out of the body. So if you're taking the, if you get the male or female stack, you get the chalk minerals right now. And the female stack also has the Irish moss, which has the full matrix of minerals. And the male and female stack have the shilajit, which also has the full matrix of minerals, but which replaces heavy metals and detoxes you. But he says, I think he said 6G. He said if they crank this up, dude, and people aren't detoxing, it's like metals in a microwave. That's basically what he said. Ryan says the military has devices on Humvees that can see through multiple layers of walls, cement, wood, drywall, steel, whatever. I bet. Desiree says all the CIA documents on mind and body control with frequency. I know, it's freaking shocking. Dude, they have a strange plan regarding frequencies, and I just think that if there's one thing we can do other than talk about it, and discuss, is to get this crazy stuff out of our system so we're no longer completely chemically and vibrationally altered by it. Hold on a second. I think someone just got a stack. Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. I'm just confirming if we just gave away the minerals and the. Okay, someone just got a shilajit and a Irish moss, so they didn't get a stack. They used the discount code 44life, so they got 44% off. They don't get the minerals and the lit because they didn't get a stack, but we will get them a free bottle of minerals. So whoever just got the shilajit and the Irish moss, congratulations! You're getting a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals, rather, in addition to your 44% off. But that means we still have the deal available: $160 worth of freebies if you're the next person to get a male or female stack with the discount code 44life. You get the $100 bag of lit and the $60 bottle of minerals. Jesse said, I've heard that the cable insulation on those towers are highly flammable, so do not light the cable on fire. Jesse, I don't know that they'd be flammable, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. But what I did hear about the cables coming off those towers is that, or going up to them rather, is that the cables are like way over engineered. Like they're way thicker than they need to emit the amount of energy or frequencies or whatever than they need. Like they're over engineered. The cables are way bigger than they need to power the cell towers. So the idea is, or the theory is, that they could crank up the towers and it emit like a sonic freaking boom of frequency. We should have never let them put up all those cell towers, man, 100%. But once again, it's not the Illuminati that set them up. It's guys like me, guys like you, and girls like you, if many girls are making cell towers, working for these companies. It's not like the Illuminati can do it by themselves. They need us to set up this prison without bars here. So we do have the true power 100%. But yeah, exactly. Desiree, I don't know who owns Rumble, but I know that, I guess I can type it in. Hold on. All I know is as of now, it's chill, and I hope that stays that way. Who owns Rumble? Hold on. Rumble is owned by Rumble Inc. Okay. Founded in 2013 by Canadian technology entrepreneur Chris Pavlovski. Let's see who Chris Pavlovski is. Hold on. Boom, bang, bing. Okay, oh wow, he's Macedonian. He does look Macedonian. Hold on a sec. Okay, well, he's got. Anyways, it's interesting, man. But he does seem to be chill. But at this point, if you own a company that's traded on like the stock market, which it is, I don't know how much control you necessarily have over it. Like I do have a bit of a black and white view on stuff, man. Like, do you think Ford is making their own decisions now? They have to completely adhere to like the EPA, the feds. Like these companies don't have full control over what's going on anymore, man. It's not the, you know, it's been a while, put it that way, since freedom has been a thing in these major companies and whatnot. No, that's okay, Desiree. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. Exactly, man. Gotham said he got sick twice last week because of the chemtrails they spray. Can't even go outside in the city anymore. Well, pick a blue sky day to go outside, man, and relax and hang out. But I know it's annoying. The spraying is definitely annoying, but it should just reinvigorate our choice and desire to be detoxing the metals and the chemicals and the contaminants, because health is wealth. And also, um, the shocking thing is that, like, again, we could be discussing, Michelle Obama or something, but dude, health, man. They want us to be in an altered state. They want our pineal glands calcified. So that's why I think focusing on that, and because I know we win in the end, I just figure when the end comes, the healthier you are, the more in tune, and the higher your vibrational frequency is. I think at that point, it's just winner, winner, chicken dinner, man. Uh, and I also think, the fact that they're still doing stuff in the food supply and spraying stuff, they're not done with trying to alter us. It obviously wasn't enough. But keep in mind, you're obviously so powerful that they need you to be totally gimped with these chemicals. Like, if you weren't so powerful, they wouldn't need to do all this stuff since birth. That's what it is. It should actually uh, vindicate or validate or invigorate your belief in how powerful you really are when they have to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So hold on a second. Let me just check here. Um, yeah, well, there you go. Well, it's funny, Desiree. You've been praying for protection. I wonder if you started praying for protection. Uh, how soon? Like, so you prayed for protection, and then like what? A week later, you got the female vitality stack, and now you're detoxing, you're rejuvenating, you're calibrating your system. So it's kind of like that one story. I don't know if this is like a wives' tale or it's actually from the Bible or not, but where the guy was like, "Please God, there's a flood or something," and he said, "Please God, save me." And a boat, or no, he knew that God was going to save him. So when a boat showed up to get him off the island, he's like, "No, God's coming to save me." And then like another boat came to save him, and he's like, "No, God's going to save me." And then he drowns, and he's like, "God, why didn't you save me?" And he's like, "Dude, I sent you two boats to try to pick you up. You prayed for protection, and now you are protecting yourself by taking the shilajit, the Irish moss, and all these superfoods that detox you. Of course, there's also the divine protection that you prayed for and likely received immediately. But it's just interesting that you prayed for protection, but you also took action uh, to be protected. Like, I feel if I'm taking shilajit, yes, I absolutely feel like I'm at a heightened advantage to the chemtrails and to the chemicals and contaminants, because I know it's clinically studied to detox you. It calibrates your system. It boosts your brain function. You know, and also, not to mention the actual, like, dude, how do you put a price on Shilajit increasing the production of new brain cells, neurogenesis, getting sharper memory, concentration, and focus from that? How does one put a? It's shocking, man. So, with that being said, there is more people on the website right now than we have freebies to give away. To remind of the deal, if you go to chalk.com and you put the male or female stack in your cart, the subscription to it, and you apply the discount code 44life, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, if you're the next one person to get a stack with that code, 44% off, you get a $100 bag of the chocolate powder, and you get a $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. The next person to order gets $160 freaking dollars worth of freebies, which is absolutely insane. I can't even believe chalk is doing that. Basically 50% off and $160 worth of freebies. Shocking, man. First come, first serve, though. If you're on the site, quickly place your order with that discount code. Desiree said, "Amen, yes," because I was weirdly in a place where I couldn't decide which way I wanted to go for detox. And then you got clarity. Wow, Desiree. Nothing is by chance. Nothing is an accident, is it? 100%. Far North Fen said, "Constant attack through every angle." I know, the Far North Fan, though, the one of the good things is that, um, they say sometimes you have to get sick to get healthy. So a lot of people take for granted, having a functioning brain and body. until all of a sudden it's not working so hot. And then they're like, damn, I want this thing to be working in peak function again. And then all of a sudden they're on a crazy kick of a health kick, you know? Um, that is so cool, Far North fan. That is awesome. Freaking, you could write a book about that, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's a thing, and I know this too. When you all of a sudden go from decades of not detoxing and not taking superfoods to cutting out the odd chemical and contaminant from your food or water supply, and then start taking superfoods, it does feel like you have that you're coming out of a drug induced state. 100%. The brain fog and stuff that fluoride alone causes, when you're starting to detox that, everything feels sharper. Your mind feels 100% sharper, more focus, more energy, which is huge. I think it says it 365 times, Desiree. I'm pretty sure. So, dear Lord, man, just incredible how they. But I think of this too. How many, like fluoride, for example, calcifies the pineal gland, but yet shilajit decalcifies. So it seems there's always some type of natural thing in the world, almost as if this whole thing was already written. This whole life was already written. This whole reality was already written. When all of the things that they're using against us, there is natural means around them, 100%. So that is pretty cool, isn't it? Far North fan. Well, Far North fan, my next kick is a free detox in addition to my chalk detox, which is fasting. And I think that that's one that everyone should be excited about doing. It's free, it detoxes, but I mean, I do fast, but also take superfoods. I don't know that it's enough. I mean, in today's world, with all that is getting thrown at us, I think a fast and a detox are welcomed, put it that way. Um, exactly, Desiree, 100%. Far North fan said for years, but I needed and was brought to you and this group. Shout out to Far North fan. It's freaking awesome to have you on here. Whereabouts are you hailing from again, Far North fan? Uh, shout out to Gotham's Night. He said he loves the icon of the Blessed Virgin Holy Theotokos and Christ Child on your wall. Ave Maria Deus Volt. Shout out to Gotham's Night, dude. I actually inherited those from my late father-in-law. I have another one on this wall too, which is pretty freaking cool. I might switch them out actually. Like they're both really cool icons. But yeah, I think there's definitely a vibe. Almost to Canada, North Idaho. That's right, Far North fan. That's right, Idaho. Great spot if shit hits the fan, but I don't know that it will. But we'll see. Desiree said, let's do a group fast and see how much deeper we get in here. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I'm laughing because the idea of a group fast is high vibes, 100%. But I can tell you that I'll never fast again without taking shilajit with it, because the stories that I've heard is that if you're taking shilajit with your fast, not only does it massively increase the effectiveness or the potency or the effects of the fast, but also it whatchamacallit helps those hunger pains and the shitty feeling you get in your stomach when you're fasting on like day 2 and 3. I find after day 3 though, or sometime on day 3, all of a sudden you don't feel like crap, you don't feel nauseous, and you know, no, Ryan, we've been through this, dude. What stops a fast is calories. So you go out of autophagy if you're taking calories. There's no calories in shilajit. Same thing with the Tomcat. I wouldn't do the lit powder fasting, but shilajit is like one of the most popular things to be taking while fasting if you talk to any ancient Indian. Shout out to Far North fan. She said the female vitality stack is really helping. Shout out to Far North fan. There's a bunch of people on the site actually looking at female stacks right now. I'm so glad you're experiencing the benefits of it, Far North fan. And I don't know, you probably are past the 90-day chalk challenge by now, but that's so awesome to hear, Far North fan. Guys, this is literally the last call for the free lit and minerals. If you get a male or female stack, we're about to close down the live, but there's still a bunch of people on the site. So I want to make sure anyone on the fence, if you're the next person to order, you get $160 worth of freebies. Yeah, exactly, Desiree. Shout out to Desiree. That's freaking awesome. And Rules and Tools. What else did I post about today? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, so Ford doing something really strange with their cars. You saw that. The ticks. Not stoked about this whole ticks thing. There's a billion ticks all over the place. um, Guinea fowl. Yeah, if you have ticks, just get guinea fowl and it will eat a bunch of ticks. This guy lives in West Texas and he is getting ticks all over his dog every day. I mean, it's shocking, man. Far North fan, I admire and appreciate your dedication to wanting to take your health seriously because there's a lot of people who have been thinking that who needs organic, man? Who needs superfoods? You know, congratulations to who just got the male vitality stack at chalk.com. You just got the free $160 worth of freebies, the lit and the chalk minerals. Congratulations to the dude who just got the freaking male stack, dude. I got to expand my vocabulary, man. Congratulations. He just got the Shilajit, the Tongkat Ali, and the Ashwagandha. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do like a lightning bonus round. The next person, because we were just about to end the live, but someone just ordered, but there's still people on the site. One micro extension. The next person to get a stack, and this is literally the last call, gets the free lit and the free minerals. So if you're willy-nilly around, there's female stacks in people's carts right now, and there's male stacks in people's carts right now. If you're listening to me live, the next person to get a male or female stack is getting $160 worth of freebies. I was going to just close it right there, but then someone just ordered, so we'll do a micro extension because there's a lot of people who are literally about to place their order right now. Far North fan said, the chalk female vitality stack is exceptionally good, and she has spent thousands on all kinds of supplements. But this female stack is absolutely special, seriously. And then she said, I'm not advertising. This is a true testimony. Shout out to lovely Far North fan from North Idaho, who's 30 minutes from the Canadian border, who's taking a bunch of superfoods and experiencing benefits. It's not a big mystery, guys. If you're taking Shilajit, if you're taking Ashwagandha, if you're taking Irish Moss, which is the female stack, you will be benefited. You will feel immaculate benefits. Same thing in the male stack. So congratulations. Yo, the dude who just ordered the stack, is that Chief Mustache? Whoever just ordered the male stack, just so you know, the Tongkat Ali in the male stack is certified wildcrafted from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforests. It boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. It also increases sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle recovery, and muscular endurance. Don't we all want to be taking that? If you guys can't get if one of you or some of you can't get a full-blown stack, we'll chuck a free 7 wonders or minerals in like a single or double superfood supplement order. It's just you get the full $160 worth of freebies if you're the next person to get a stack. But don't go look at a stack and be like, oh, I can't get that right now, so I won't get anything. Get something, man. Get the Shilajit, get the Tongkat, get the Ashwagandha, and we'll throw something in for free. It's just you get the max freebies if you get a stack. But remember, apply the discount code 44life. Do not pay full price. Put the male or female stack subscription in your cart. Apply the discount code 44life to unlock the 44% off lifetime discount. And then place your order. And you're going to, if you're the next person, because there's a bunch of people on the site, apply the discount. You're getting the free $100 bag of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia and the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals, which again is cold or hot water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. It has the full matrix of minerals. It binds to free radicals. It rebuilds your DNA. It increases nutrient absorption. What else did they say on it? Yeah, DNA. Oh, healthy hair, skin, and nails, of course. Anything with the full matrix of minerals increases healthy hair, skin, and nails. And the lid powder, we know, of course, is believed to decalcify the pineal gland and massively boosts your gut microbiome and you're getting that for free with the minerals if you're the next person to get a stack. You know what, Ryan, dude? This girl is talking about how good she feels taking quality superfoods and how she's been on a quest for health for years. And you have something negative to say about that, dude? Ryan, you're fucking good, dude. I'll see you somewhere else, not here. All right? Bro, I've spent thousands. You tell me, you know how much I spent? He's so crusty, Desiree. He's a crusty the clown. He's a crusty the crab, dude. Waste your money on that type of stuff. Ryan, you know what's funny about Ryan? I'll just say it now that he's banned. You're not into health. You're not into detail. He's never said a single thing about he's got a homestead going, nothing. The only thing I ever heard him say about his life is that he's lonely in North Carolina in like the hills or the mountains or something. So the guy is crusty. He actually outed himself. He's crusty. He's holier than thou. We're all stupid for believing in God or Jesus, rather. He's right, and he's a contrarian. I could come on here and say, the sky is blue, and he'd say, well, actually, Ryan, you're good, man. He's right on the edge of surrender, but his ego's in the way. Yeah, Ryan, I'm sure, if I saw you in real life, we could have a freaking, we could have some moonshine or something, dude, in the North Carolinian mountains. But if you're just gonna be yapping on here and talking smack all the time, you're freaking gone, dude. But I will pray. You know what? He doesn't like this either. He doesn't like. Last time people said, "We'll pray for you, Ryan." He's like, "That's condescending. Like you guys are saying it rudely." But I genuinely listen. I am on the same team as Ryan. We are the useless eaters to the Illuminati. He's not an enemy to any of us. But you're being rude to a dear soul, Far North fan, who, by the way, actually supported the stream. Ryan, you come on here talking smack, watching for free, commenting for free. Congratulations. She supports the stream and talks about how she spent money researching and investing in her health. And you think that's a bad thing. That's a weird kind of mindset, possibly a poverty consciousness mindset, as if investing in your health is anything but an investment in an amazing return. Anyways, shout out to Ryan. The best of luck, dude. I love you, Ryan. Ryan, I love you, man. But yeah, you don't chirp Far North, man. You literally just roasted someone who is helping me to be live right now, dude. So you obviously don't give a shit about the live. So come on, man. What's with the AI scan to drive? So, dude, Ford filed patents, and to quickly summarize it, but you can watch like 20-minute videos on this right now on Twitter, I'm sure. Basically, 2027, new law, new vehicles need facial recognition, iris scan, fingerprint scan, facial scan to be able to drive the car. If the AI thinks you're drunk, if the AI thinks you're, it's not even a breathalyzer, it's an AI facial recognition. If they think you're too heated or something's going on, then it will shut the car off, won't let you drive it. And then apparently it's going to have audio monitoring for targeted ads. So anything you say around your phone, you're going to get advertisements for it for maximum monetization. And then it also says every time you get in the car, it's going to scan your face and run you through police databases to see if you have a warrant or if your facial recognition face is detected in any type of criminal thing that's going on. So in the patent, it literally said this could be useful for law enforcement, which, of course, like let's catch some bad guys here, but is that really what that's all about? You know what I'm saying? So it's freaking shocking, man. So what is the solution? The solution to that is we just need to keep waking up. They're going to keep throwing the kitchen sink at us. And also, even with the cars that are semi-new now, they emit a ton of electromagnetic frequencies. they emit a ton of electromagnetic frequencies, which fries your DNA and alters your whole shit. Like it's like a Tesla. You sit in there and it's cooking your testicles. You're sitting on a battery bank. The dirty electricity coming off of that gimps you. That is even new cars, the Bluetooth and all that shit. It does fry your DNA. So I do think we should be restoring and rejuvenating our DNA, like Hippy Dippy is, who just ordered 2 female stacks. Hippy Dippy, is that confirmed? Hippy Dippy, let me know. Did you use the code? Did you just place your order? Oh, Chalk's updating me right now. Stand by, Hippy Dippy. Let's see what we got. Hold on a sec. Let me confirm. Hold on, Hippy Dippy. Stand by. Shit, thank you, Lou. Wait, Lou, unless you're not talking to me, Lou. Okay, so Hippy Dippy did order, but because she used a different coupon code, I don't know what value the coupon code is. She is getting a freebie, 100%. Unless, actually, I'm getting word that that's not the code applicable for the freebies. Hippy Dippy, if you can't, I would suggest using the code 44life, not the whatever other code you just used. And if you place your order that way properly, then you are the next person to get the $100 bag of lit and the $60 minerals. But that code you used is not applicable to the freebie deal. You used an old email code. This is the code to get the freebie. So that means I was nervous for a second because there's still apparently a bunch of people on the site and people are putting stuff in their carts. And I was about to have to let them down and say, sorry, the last 2 freebies were given away. But because you technically that didn't meet the requirements, anyone else on the site, and Hippy Dippy, I can hold a slot for you if you want. You get $160 worth of freebies. The next person to get a male or female vitality stack using the discount code 44LIFE or 44life. But Hippy Dippy, double stack it up with that code, and you're getting $160 worth of freebies. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I am trying, quite trying. Okay, hold on a second. But Lou, I'll talk to you more in a second. But guys, Lou never had a negative Nancy thing to say in her whole freaking life, at least the life that I've known her for. Okay, hold on. Someone just got. We're gonna have to extend it. I don't feel right when there's like several people on the site, literally like their finger is about to press order, and then one person orders and the deal's over. So hold on. Someone just got a stack and minerals. Whoever just got the stack and minerals, we're going to give you for free a $100 bag of lit powder and the $60 bottle of 7 Wonders because you got the stack and minerals. Unless you say otherwise, unless you want 2 minerals and a lit, like you get the deal was supposed to be a free minerals and a free lit powder. But because you got a stack and a minerals, we'll give you the free lit and the free 7 Wonders. I think that's the best deal. Let me know your thoughts. But that means if Chalk just extended it, the next person to get a male or female stack with the code 44life at chalk.com, which I just put in the chat, which again ships out of Georgia, based in Texas, all American customer service team, 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Next person to get a stack gets a $100 bag of the lit powder and a $60 bottle of minerals. And I think this one actually will be the last call. So if you're on the fence, quickly get your order placed. I'm pretty sure though, Mrs. Hippy Dippy is going and ordering right now, so she might scoop that up. But if you're on the website, and right now it's up for grabs, so quickly place your orders. Um, Succulents. I know that you can take one leaf of a succulent um, and make a whole plant out of it, like propagation, right? What else did I post about today? Hold on a sec. Yeah, so that car thing is crazy. Yes, you can recommend a book, Chief Mustache. No problem, dude. Fake moon landing. We all saw that bullshit. Cole Allen was already on ABC News in 2017. Ticks could make like a pandemic, man. Uh, Hold on a sec. Okay, someone's placing their order right now, but several people are. So, what I was going to say though is that I feel like any day now, something micronly may kick off because this Middle East thing is still going on. And the whole thing that I heard from Albert Pike was that it's going to be um, it's going to be something over there kicks off, and all of a sudden it's announced, and it's going to like rock the world. I feel like it's any freaking day now, dude. So that's why I think again the importance. Like I couldn't imagine. Um, it's been 10 years for me, right? So I couldn't imagine still being drinking fluoride, eating GMOs, pesticides, eating conventional food. It's been so long for me. It's almost like an alien thought. Um, but especially if some mass deception is around the corner, I would want to be of most sound mind, sound body that I've ever been. So I think anyone on here who is taking the steps and action, like literally most of you commenting anyway, um, to be detoxing and to be calibrating your endocrine system and to be boosting fertility and your pineal gland and your hormones and everything, you guys are doing it right, man. 100%. The ticks is a 100% government weapon against humanity. The video I watched clearly, like overkillly, exposes and explains what is going on with ticks and how they have put weapons in them and all that shit. It's 100% them, man. It's not climate change. It's something that it's more than that. What's the book, Chief Mustache? Okay, so hold on a second. This is literally the final last call, but do not place your order with the wrong code or without a code. Make sure you're applying the discount code 44life. And the next person to get a male or female stack, you're getting the $60 bottle of chalk minerals, hot water or cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, which rebuilds your DNA, binds to heavy metals, excretes them out of the body, increases nutrient absorption. And then the free lit organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which we do flex the heirloomness of it all the time because shout out to Real Tuber, by the way. What does that little icon next to your name mean? You are what? Let me see here. It doesn't say. Let me know what your icon means, Real Tuber. Um, the lit powder, we flex the fact that it is heirloom because most cacao is hybrid, which is called they call it forest arrow bean. It's like a new breed, way less potent, way less beneficial. So we have the heirloom cacao, which has like DNA benefits, brain benefits, hormone benefits, far exceeding conventional cacao. And it also has Ceylon cinnamon, organic vanilla bean powder, organic coconut milk powder, lucuma kuma, camu, or lucuma kuma. It's lucuma and camu, which are super high in vitamin C. But it doesn't taste bittery and lemony or anything, of course. It tastes like a hot chocolate. It's freaking amazing. That's what it is, really. Um, so that's what you're getting if you're the next person to get a male or female vitality stack. Proper propagation of succulents to not kill them. You know what, Far North fans? Someone in Idaho is growing succulents out the yin yang. And I'm sure they're posting about it. 100%. Also, the other thing I saw, this, I think he was Korean or Japanese. What's his name here? Hattori. That sounds Japanese. And he has a picture of like these, an old picture of Asian, I guess maybe soldiers, where he calls them, they're mogging, which means like they just look like, picture the Chad meme with like the Chad face with like the strong jaw and all that. All these Asians have these strong jaws. They look tough. They look mean. They look strong. And he's like, what happened to Asian men? Because now the new Asian men is like what, K-pop, where they all look like girly and feminine. And then he goes on. This literally could have been like a chalk promo, because in the end, he just starts talking about the toxic chemicals in the food, air, and water, and the microplastics and everything, and endocrine disruptors, which lowers testosterone and disrupts your hormones. So he literally made a chalk promo without the mention of chalk, but it's true. If you look at pictures of yearbook pictures, for example, from like the 1960s, dude, like 20 something year olds or 18-year-olds, whatever, look like they're like 40. And it's the testosterone makes you look more manlier, which is the problem with low T today, because it also gimps your mental state and lowers your sperm count. It's part of the depopulation agenda. You guys know all about that, but it is a little bit shocking how far and wide this has affected people, man. 100%. Yeah, exactly. Did I say a whale, Desiree? I might have. So guys, hold on a second. Hippy Dippy, because you ordered on the live, I do want to make sure that I hold a slot for you. So she's listening right now, guys. Hippy Dippy is listening. I think she wants the free lit and the free minerals. So I want to hold a slot for her in case she orders just after the live, because guys, we are literally about to end this live in like momentarily here. But there's also several other people on the site. So what I'm going to do is this. Hippy Dippy is grandfathered in because technically she ordered during the live, but she just used the wrong code. So we'll hold a slot for her. And then the several other people who are at their cart right now, if you DM me your order number on Instagram within like 20 minutes, we will also honor your free minerals and free lit powder. Because we were supposed to close the deal down, then too many people ordered. I felt bad. Chalk said we can extend it, blah, blah, blah. I thought we were only doing 2 bags. But Hippy Dippy, we're going to hold your order. Make sure you guys use the right discount code. It's 44 Life. You're going to completely love taking your chalk, by the way. Like, it is a complete game changer. And the fact that it is something you incorporate into your lifestyle. You get the sharper memory, the concentration, the focus, the fertility. And even if you're done being fertile, let's say you've had your children already and you're not planning on having kids, well, you can replace the word fertility with just like boosting your vitality. It's a vitality booster. So you're going to love it. Both the male and female stacks. Incorporate it into your lifestyle. Keep it on your freaking bedside table or your coffee station table so you know it's out in the open and you remember to take it. And you will receive the clinically studied benefits 100%. So with that, make sure you place your orders. DM me your order numbers. We're going to get you all hooked up with freebies. And shout out to Hippy Dippy. With that, we'll see you guys on the next live. Make sure your live notifications are on so you know when we're live. I've never seen Chalk, by the way. If you've been watching my lives for like a year, I can't remember the last time they did 2 freebies and a discount code. This is literally an anomaly. So make sure you take advantage, okay? Much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Get your superfoods. Thank you for the support as well, of course. All right. Keep your head on a swivel, too.